How y'all doing? Something dawned on me a couple of days ago as I was watching one of the debates. And what I noticed was you have two major political parties in this country, as most of us know, Democrats, Republicans. You look over there and you check out the Republican Party right now, the two front runners for president, Donald Trump and Mr. Cruz. Um, Typically, when you think of Republicans, you look at them and you say, these are the wealthy individuals within the world. These are the most educated. They went to the Ivy League schools and they're the privileged. They're definitely amongst the most connected people in the country. And of course, they represent power over there on the Republican side. But guess what? It's not just over there, it's on the Democratic side too. But let me focus on the Republican side for a second. Um, I don't have a political persuasion, just for the record. Democrat, Republican, I see flaws on both sides. Depending on what issues are relevant to me now, that's what dictates how I vote. Um, but over there on the Republican side, look at all those super wealthy, super educated, super connected, powerful people. And what happens is, even in the midst of all of that wealth, power, and education, look at how they're acting. You got individuals, pulling out the knuckles, the racists coming out the woodworks, and Donald Trump to some people is representing all of the stuff that they've been wanting to say and or express, but they haven't been able to. But now they're feeling sort of motivated to do so because they think they have someone who believes as they do. But they fighting, right? They physically fighting. They talking about, I'm gonna get you, man. And it's some other people over there that's talking something worse than that. Now, here's my thing. If you have the super wealthy, super rich, super educated, super connected, powerful people on the Republican side who represent all of that pure stuff that is the best of the country performing like this, what happens when you have a group of people within these streets who don't have the same access to education or proper education, don't have the same job opportunities, don't have the same connections, parents going to jail, and how do they act in the midst of their problems? So then you have street organizations, right? You can call it the Bloods or the Crips. You can say members of Growth and Development or conservative vice lords, whichever persuasion you want to take. They are not too different than the Republicans and Democrats. The Republicans and Democrats gang bang no different, just on a higher level, than the guys in the street organizations. Never thought about that, huh? The churches, they gang bang. Hey man, who got the most money? Whose congregation is biggest? Whose preacher drives the slickest car? What's the difference? What's the difference? But my bigger point right now is if those people who are the most super educated, most whatever, all the other stuff I just said, if they are getting into situations where when they disagree with one another, they fighting. And worse, how are you all going to look down your nose at individuals who have more of a reason to complain and fight for what they don't have that y'all seem to take for granted? It's strange to me how judgmental some of you people are as you sit up high in your mansions, flying by on your jets, when we're down here living in the pits, in the gutter, and y'all sit back and say, well, why are they killing each other? Why won't they help one another? I'm not saying that you're not right. We shouldn't be doing that. But we're doing it in the midst of dramatic, negative surroundings and circumstances. You all are doing it in a life of privilege, yet you don't understand why it is that we do it in the life of misery. Something's wrong with that picture. And I just wanted to express that. So maybe the next time an organization like, for instance, Switch Lanes, which is getting ready to get out here and do some huge things, y'all gonna start to see the faces of the members of the board of Switch Lanes, Miss Wendy Jenkins and Mr. Larry Hoover Jr. and, Miss Tiffany. You'll start to see us out. And we'll start to, make you all more aware of what it is that we do. You'll see my company, Ant Mine, will be involved in, all kinds of stuff in the community. But when we come and we sit down and we talk to some of you super privileged, super wealthy, super educated people, please remember what I'm telling you right now. Y'all not special. Y'all not better than us. Some would even argue y'all the ones with the problem. We fighting and struggling and every day to do what we need to do to get our kids educated in a way that you all are, and you take it for granted. We fighting to get jobs so that we can become rich, yet alone wealthy, and start establishing that generational wealth that you all take for granted. We're trying to get power so that we can help the next generation. We want that. You all take it for granted. So when we come under the banner of Switch Lanes and we say, listen, we're looking for y'all to participate in the efforts that we have to better our communities by way of pushing an entrepreneurial, educational agenda. We're expecting for you all not to look down your nose, but to go look in the mirror and recognize you all are not better than us. And you might want to just rethink things and be more helpful. Less judgmental, more helpful. Thank you for your time.